Floor 13. ISN T 4. They picked a high-rise with a lobby that smelled like lemon floor wax and old money. Midnight dared them. The internet provided rules. Press 4 to 6 to 105. Don't talk. Don't look at the woman who gets on at 5. If the doors open to a red hallway, you've done it wrong or right, depending on the version. For teens, 1 elevator, a borrowed key fob, a confidence you only have when bones still think they're immortal. Security footage shows them at 12:06 a.m., laughing too loud while trying to look like part of the building. At 12:09, the elevator doors swallow them. At 12:12, the doors open empty. The car sits there, patient, as if it has nothing better to do than wait between floors that think they own time. Only one came back. At 12:27, the elevator lands in the lobby with a soft sigh that makes the security guard look up from his phone. The doors open. A boy in a hoodie steps out. His clothes are on backwards hood, hanging down his chest like a bib, tags grazing his throat, shoes tied left to right. His eyes look like he lost a fight with a mirror. "She's still in there," he tells the guard, voice sandpaper. "She's still in there," he tells the MT. "She's still in there," he tells his mother before the line goes quiet. "What woman?" everyone asks. He can't get past that line of script. He wears it like an emergency blanket, repeating it until it loses nouns. The internet pours gasoline on itself. Commenters play detective with floor plans. Elevator folks explain independent service mode and how you can make any box into a rumor if you press the buttons wrong. Parents go very still in the face because 4 names started the night and 1 made it home. The building management says, all the things lawyers teach, no comma, cooperating fully. Our heartfelt concern. The twist that kept people awake came from footage nobody meant to review. A camera pointed at a back hallway where nothing happens but janitors doing holy work. At 12:13, the hallway lights hum brighter. The service elevator, a freight box with scarzo pans to a floor that looks like the building forgot to finish it. Drywall naked, exit signs unlit. Air gray in that way, concrete dust makes air heavy. A woman steps out. Not horror movie. Not spectral. A woman in office clothes from 10 years ago, pencil skirt. Sensible heels, bloused with a bow you'd only tie if mornings were for trying. Her mouth moves like she's asking where the bathroom is. She looks left, then right, then toward the camera with the mild annoyance of someone waiting for a package that's late. The doors close. The lights dip. When the service elevator opens again, it reveals what's actually there. A wall with a mop sink and a schedule taped at eye level. The boy, when he remembers new sentences, says they followed the rules until the doors opened on a floor that smelled like the inside of a penny. Not red, he says, just wrong. He says the woman got on at 5 without looking up, which sounds like offices. He says the buttons didn't answer to numbers anymore, which sounds like elevators. She asked if we were lost, he says. We didn't answer. The rules say don't. She asked if we could hold the door. He says he did, because that's what you do when someone human asks politely. She smiled, he says, like my teacher who told me to use my inside voice, like my aunt when she says she's fine. Then what? Then what? A detective asks, soft like a person who has learned not to scare those already scared. We got off where it wasn't, he says, and his hands mime. A hallway too long. The building digs its guts out after that. Reparations disguised as renovation. New panels. New cameras. New guard. They capped the number 13 if it wasn't capped. They uncap it if the old superstition felt suddenly less helpful than honesty. The elevator company switches out the control logic and most of the circuit boards instill the night shift hears. A ding at 12:13 from an empty car and lets it pass closed because of a rule nobody wrote. If it isn't T4, you don't write it. 3 weeks later, the boy sleeps a regular sleep and says a new line. She has keys. It doesn't make the case so much as change its temperature. The detectives look at missing persons with badges and lanyards and leases. They find a woman who never made it out of her floor during the long drill 5 years ago where the alarms failed, and the stairs filled and the elevators did what elevators do. Become at once forbidden and the thing you want most. They hang a small plaque in a place you want TC unless you do nights, in memory of those for whom the doors did not open. It's not Magic. It is language, and sometimes language is enough to straighten a hallway that got lost. The boy grows into a man who takes the stairs when he can. When he'll ride it. He faces the doors and keeps his clothes the right way around and taps his thigh 4 times as the car starts up. 4 to 6 too. Then stops. A ritual interrupted on purpose. He never plays games with boxers built to move people. He teaches kids in his life a rule he didn't take it in time. Elevators aren't haunted, he tells them. They're busy. Don't make them choose between you and whatever else is running on there. Wyas. He doesn't say her name because he never knew it. If the door is open at the wrong floor and the air smells like pennies in offices, he lets them shut. If a woman steps in and asks him with manners to hold, he does. Because you can be kind to the living without inviting the dead to get off with you.